Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Bob and Phil here, as always. And guys, you know how Lincoln freed the slaves? Well, that's exactly the same thing that's going to happen with Bitcoin. The dollar is going to save the day and Bitcoin's going to take off. And we're going to show you a chart that's going to explain all that. Let's dive in.
Trade Genius.
Okay, Bob, show us your freeing chart here.
Yeah, pop this chart up here. This is basically the positioning for large traders, smart money positions, and they are selling the dollar like there's no tomorrow, Phil. And you already seen it. I mean, they front ran the October Bitcoin move here. I think they had one of the best Septembers they've had in a long time in terms of percentage gains. I think this week coming up might be a bit of a consolidation week because of the way the volatility flows after the collar. But then I think we go right back into ramp mode again in the second week in October, because basically liquidity flows now are going through the roof. And as China eases and Japan eases, the United States has to ease. And because of the deficit, they're just going to be printing dollars like there's nobody's business. So I think it's going to be setting up not just for Bitcoin, but it's also going to be setting up for gold and silver. And then platinum and palladium may get a double boost here, Phil, because Putin is threatening to cut off the exports of those metals to the United States. I'm surprised they haven't already done so. The last time Putin did this, platinum and palladium doubled in 4 months. So I think we're ready to go with what I would call that great rotation. You know, it's going to be out of tech and it's going to be into commodities. What do you think?
Yeah, if you guys recall, we were talking about a move to 100 over a few months ago. This was back when it was up at 105. Said if it breaks out over 105, then forget that. We got something else going on. But that has played out by and large. And we are expecting, or at least I am, a move down. Probably, I think, if we get our blow off move, then it's going to probably end up down between 95 and 97, somewhere in there. And right now we're just kind of battling. 100 is a huge psychological level, right? So we can battle around there. I think for Bitcoin, what if you showed me this chart saying here's what the dollar's going to do over the next few months, I would have thought Bitcoin would have broken out of the channel. So I think Bitcoin's coiling and going to have a catch up move relative to the dollar's decline. And then I think that will probably coincide with the dollar breaking 100. So we could chop around here at 100 for maybe a week or two more, but I think ultimately we're going to see it break down, and then you're going to see most of the asset classes start to rise into that final move.
Yes, it'll be really interesting. Look, we could be a dead horse and just yak away at this thing, but I think central banks around the world, they can't tolerate a whiff of deflation. And so they're going to press this thing really hard until they can't do it anymore. So guys, just get positioned the right way. Not everything goes up together. So, tech will fall off first, and the money's going to be pouring into commodities, and TLT's holding up great at this point. So I think those are our plays going into 2025.
Yeah, and I'll add one more thing too. Watch the Nikkei, right? The Japanese stock exchange. Typically when we end the bull cycles, that thing dies first while the US stock market continues to grind up, and there's a bit of a divergence. And I think we're going to see that because I think we have a very similar setup to previous cycle tops. So with that, folks, that's going to do it for today's podcast. Let us know your thoughts. Thanks, Bob. That was a really interesting chart. I do agree. Speculation ahead for dollars probably lower. Let us know your guys' thoughts on that. If you agree, disagree, post those comments below. And if you need help navigating these markets, check out our specials over at tradegenius.co. We'll see you on the next podcast. Take care.
Trade Genius.